Hey guys, I'm going to spend a few seconds here to kind of go over what comes in the package for your speed frames for your Goblin with the removable battery tray and the additional ESC tray for larger ESCs and relocates it. You get your hardware to attach your long rails that go in each of your frame rails, and you get 4 of your shorter rails that go on top of the larger rails on the front and the back. Your actual battery tray will slide into these rails as such, and these 2 carbon fiber pieces that attach to the rail will keep that carbon fiber piece from bouncing up and down. Like I said, I just want to give you kind of an overview of what comes in, what to expect in the package. Like I said, it's just these parts and the screws. Everything else you need is already on the hilly. I'm going to go ahead and get my Goblin and make this change over and try to give you an idea of what to expect when you make this change. Okay guys, first thing I want to do is go ahead and set up the rails on each one of the sides of the frame. You're gonna need a knife to get into these parts. Like with any build, I like to put all my parts in a magnetic tray just so I know where they're at and they're not bouncing all over and I can't find them or whatever. Take all these out of here. I'm all right in the trays. I know where they're at. Discard that. Alright, and grab each frame. Of course, there's 2 frames, 1 for each side. I'm going to say that these are identical. Doesn't matter which side you put them on at the moment. So what I'm going to do is just pick one. This is going to be my inside of my frame. I'm going to go ahead and position my long carbon fiber rail on the bottom. I'm just going to put a couple screws in it at first. And lock tight. Make sure we lock tight these. Need to get my towel here. I always like to use a towel over top of my assembly towel so I don't ruin my assembly towel. Okay, here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the actual screw part itself on from the outside in, like so, and then put my rail on it, like so. Lay it in there. And I'm going to put a dab Loctite on that nut. Take my bolt. Start it. Come to the front. Put another one in through the frame and the rail itself. A little bit of Loctite on that bolt as well. Make sure you get the rail in the right position. It's going to be at a slight angle inside there. Take my nut driver, snug these down. Looks like it's going to look pretty nice on the outside with those rounded cap screws. Look very nice, and this is not really sticking out too far out here in the inside either, because the screws are just the right size and the nuts are really shallow. So that's gonna work nice. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 more of these. Nuts. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up putting these together on each side. It's not rocket science. I don't want to bore you with the details here, so I'll be back in a second. Alright guys, I got these rails in the frames. Now you have these in. Now you have a left and a right. The rails have to go on the inside. There was two bolts and 2 lock washers, 2 lock nuts in the kit that really isn't intuitive about what you got to do with these. But if you look at each one of these side rails in the back, there's actually 4 holes that's been cut out in the frames. Those holes correlate to right in the center of where your tray slides in and out of the frame rails. What these are designed for is to put through here, like so, come up through your rail, up through your frame rather, and then tighten these down. Tighten them down, and then what happens is when you slide your rail in, the actual carbon fiber part of the battery tray actually hits that bolt, and you can adjust these. There's four holes in the frames, and you can adjust this bolt to either stop the frame here, 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 or all the way back here. And what that's going to allow you to do is allow you to kind of adjust where your CG is for the model. So if depending on what kind of batteries, if they're a little heavier, you might want to move this a little back further. If they're a little lighter, you might want to move this forward. This depends on what the battery is. It gives you another option of knowing exactly where the tray is going to hit every time you put a set of batteries in it. I just thought I'd bring that up. Also, I started working on the ESC tray that actually slides in the front up in the top of these rails. There's actually 2 positions that you can put these in. You can either raise it up high or drop it down low inside the frame, depending on what kind of ESC you got. If you got a real wide ESC, like I guess a YGE or a Mega Power or one of the other real wide ESCs, you can put this up in the top. I had to sand these down. They're you know, this is a 2mm piece of carbon fiber, and this slot is slightly less than that. So when it won't go in. What I did is take a piece of sandpaper and sand down the 2 little ends, and you can see I've already sanded down this side, and this side is stock. So you just knock the edge off of this with a piece of sandpaper a little bit, and then go back to your frame and see if it fits or not. You want this to fit tight. That's going in slightly, needs just a little bit more. And then you get it to where it just pops into each one of the rails, and then that'll set this whole thing up for where your ESC will go in. Okay, that's pretty much that. What I want to do now is move the frames and everything off to the side, and bring in the Hilly. Now this is a ready to fly Goblin. I got my batteries in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the batteries. You can use these rubber O-rings with the kit too if you want. Just depends on what you're going to do with your batteries, and we'll go over that stuff later. Okay. Pull each one of these batteries out. And you see what a pain in the butt this is, getting these in and out. And these are relatively smaller batteries. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I have to start removing all my wiring on the sides of the Hilly. There's your conversion. It seems to be seating pretty well. Also, with the batteries now, of course they're going to be on your tray. Of course, once you get all your stuff set up, but you can reuse these to wrap around the front to hold the batteries in, and then you're going to have the screw in the back like I showed a little bit ago that will actually stop the battery wherever you need to stop at. Alright guys, that's pretty much the conversion. Like I said, now it's just electronics. Thanks for watching.